All right, welcome once again to The Light. We are powered by the good people of AtlanticCityFocus.com. And as I've been telling you, BlurredCon 2026 is coming up. And oddly enough, the theme this year is Geeknik, a play on Freaknik. And unlike a lot of the people who will be going, I was actually, well, my lawyer said I can't actually answer questions about Freaknik, so I may or may not have been there. Anyway, BlurredCon is coming to Crystal City, Maryland, Virginia, actually, March 6th through the 8th. You can get tickets, more information at blurredcon.org. Um, I can say I went last year for my first time, and I had a great time. And I also met our guest today, Miss Cassandra Cherry. How are you?
Hi, Candace Cherry. But yeah,
Candace. Well, I'm sorry.
close enough. Same enough,
Candace Cherry. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us.
of course.
Okay. So she is going to be doing on March 7th from 9:30 to 10:50 at BlurredCon a class called Sass, Burlesque Basics with Class. Did I have that right?
Sass with class, burlesque basics, yes.
Okay. All right. So, you want to tell us, for people who may not be familiar with the term burlesque, what is burlesque?
So burlesque is in its basic form the art of tease. It is me as the performer showcasing whatever brings me joy and you as the audience receiving it. That can be in the form of taking your clothes off from just a single glove all the way down to pasties and G-strings.
Okay, all right. Would you consider burlesque to be um, any of the labels like nasty, dirty, anything like that?
Absolutely not. Burlesque is elegant and um, classic, even though in my field, I don't consider words like dirty, nasty. Those are just ways to shame women, right? So when I look at burlesque and when a lot of others look at burlesque, burlesque is elegant. You see women in gowns and boas and feathers and fans. And then if you go into the neo burlesque scene, which is not so much the classical, so you'll find more popular music, you'll still see elegant costumes and rhinestoning and glitter. And how can glitter be nasty?
Okay. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Light. You can catch this on our radio show and also at AtlanticCityFocus.com. We're here with Candace Cherry, who is teaching a class on burlesque basics with class. Um, and that's going to take place March 7th during BlurredCon. How did you yourself get interested in burlesque?
So, funny story. Burlesque was on my bucket list. I
Okay.
was obsessed with the movie Gypsy growing up, and I was like, oh, I
Oh,
want to try it like one time, right? And then I had a situation where my body just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I had surgery, and it was like I didn't feel sexy in my own body. And there was a local place that had offered classes. And I was like, let me do this one time. Not only should it make me feel better, but I can check something off the list. So I took the class, and that was over 10 years ago.
okay. All right. So, question. Your class that you're going to be doing at BlurredCon, it may sound like a stupid question, but is this just for women?
It's not just for women. Burlesque is for everybody, meaning every gender, every expression, every body shape, every body type.
Okay. And what is one of the basics somebody should know before they report to burlesque class?
Okay, so first, burlesque class will not only be just me, but I am hosting this class with my showgirl sisters, Coco Galore and Jade Fattel. And we will also have Rosette Fattel there as well to assist with kittening. This is a movement class. However, you are free to wear whatever you want. Um, know that burlesque, because we do burlesque, that doesn't give you consent to touch us however you want. And we ask that you be respectful of us and we will be respectful of you.
Okay, all right. You're just tuning in, you're listening to The Light. We're powered by Atlantic City Focus, and we're talking about the SAS burlesque class uh, with class. I'll get that right before the end of the
It's
show.
about
And that's going to be part of BlurredCon 2026, which I always have a great time at BlurredCon. But you brought up consent, and I met you last year when you were doing a class with regards to uh, sex and consent at BlurredCon. Uh, Besides SAS, the burlesque class, will you be doing another sexually oriented class at BlurredCon this year?
Yes. So in my day job, I am a certified sexologist and a sensual empowerment coach. So last year, I talked about how um, sexuality, when it comes to being in a Black body, can be demonized and weaponized. And this was our opportunity to reclaim it. This year, I am teaching a class called Grown Woman Sex Ed. And this is to help fill in the holes of all the things you should have known, you should have been taught in sex ed class. And you have to admit, in the education system, sex ed is literally this is a male part, this is a female part. They go together, have babies, and let's not catch a disease. But there is so much more. And because we are not sharing this information with our children and even adults don't know it, our people are not enjoying themselves. They're not enjoying pleasure. They're not enjoying any of the things that come with let's have a baby.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I was pleasantly surprised when I took your class last year. I admit I've been walking around all day and I saw some open chairs. I was like, let me sit down. But I did have a good time. Let's discuss consent a little bit because BlurredCon, if you haven't been, there's parts of it that's family oriented, but they do go late. They go to about 3 or 4 in the morning every morning. And that's usually when I check out. Usually when I go back to my hotel room, people are still milling around and having conversations and so on and so forth. So I absolutely want everybody to enjoy themselves at BlurredCon. But um, what would you like to say about consent? Because I always have a lot of questions.
So consent when it comes to BlurredCon, burlesque, cosplaying, just because you see me in this outfit does not give you permission to touch me. It does
Right.
not give you permission to photograph me. It doesn't give you
Okay.
permission to do anything without asking for what I want and what I feel comfortable with. I was very happy the first year that I went to BlurredCon that there's a lovely sign that says cosplay doesn't equal consent. And
Right.
so, yes, the grown folks come out at night, okay? And that sometimes means that the costumes are a little smaller, less things covered, more skin showing. But just because my skin is showing doesn't mean you can grab my ass. You know? And we have to be mindful of that. We have to um understand that we can look, but don't touch.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's talk about the photographs because one thing I do, um, male, female, is I always ask, "Do you mind if I take your picture?"
Yeah.
So that's a thumbs up. That's That's correct as far as consent is concerned.
Yep. Yep. So
Okay. All right. Um,
yeah,
and so, and when it comes to children who may be there, I don't even play. I mean, normally, let's say I saw a family who had a great family cosplay, then I would, ask parents if it's okay to photograph their children. But normally I don't even like if there's children involved, I just, because there's so many other great costumes at BlurredCon, why even go there?
and I agree completely. Children and teaching them consent is a whole nother soapbox that I like to get on, but we're not going to do that here. But no,
Okay.
I agree. If you see someone and you're like, oh my goodness, that's an amazing cosplay, just ask if you can take their picture. Um, Sometimes we, just like with burlesque performers, we have day jobs. And just because today I'm dressed like Lola Bunny, which I will be on Friday, doesn't mean I want everybody in the world to know that that's what I do in my off time, right? We don't want, some people have morality clauses in their jobs that are super strict, and you don't want these photos just kind of going all over the place. So if you want to take a picture, just ask. And if someone says yes, yay, that's great. Take a picture. You could also ask, hey, do you mind if I tag you? But if someone says no, then the answer is no. And you just move on. And
Right,
if you're going to take
right.
a picture of a child and without consent of their parents as to whether you can post it or not, please blur their face. Blur their face. Put a little heart, an emoji, or something like that to protect the innocence of the babies.
I'm going to go a step further and I'm just going to say, don't even go there. Because here's the thing. Um, BlurredCon is such an experience from the time you get near the property. Um, for real, I
Yeah,
would say, and you correct me if I'm wrong, and this doesn't, I'm not trying, this is why I say consent gets funny, but I'm not trying to say that, you should automatically think that somebody is giving consent. But I would say a good 75% of the people who dress in cosplay actually want their picture taken and they're proud of their outfits and everything like that. I say that to say this. If somebody says, no, please don't take my picture, it's not a personal attack on you. It's not because, you shouldn't feel some kind of way. And there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to take pictures of people in various stages of cosplay.
agreed, agreed. And implied consent can be a very like slippery slope. So for me,
Yeah,
yeah, for me, it's always just ask. You'll just ask, and people will stop and pose for you. So there's no reason why, you're not getting the photos that you want. And if you were like, oh, I just really love this character and I really want this picture of this person, and that person says no, there's probably like five other people that are dressed like that character. So find someone that'll say yes.
there it is. There it is. BlurredCon is coming up March 6th through the 8th. Our guest, Candace Cherry, will be doing a couple of classes there during BlurredCon. We thank her for taking time out of her busy schedule
Thank
to
you.
talk to us about burlesque basics. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again, and I thank you. Is there anything you want to say before I let you go?
Um, Yes, two things. One, come out to BlurredCon. It is amazing, so much fun. It is like a giant family reunion. And two, just make sure that when you come and you enjoy, remember consent is necessary.
Definitely, definitely. I'm going to say, I'm going to reiterate what she said the first part anyway. Definitely come out to BlurredCon. I have friends who used to think that Comic Cons were for nerds and geeks and people who got shoved in their lockers. Um, since the takeoff of Marvel and DC movies, though, Comic Cons have become a lot more inviting than they have when I started going to them. But BlurredCon has been the best overall experience that I've had going to Comic Cons
Mhm.
because it's us. We feel we feel accepted and welcome. And I'll just say this. One of the things I love about BlurredCon is when you see somebody, if it's a costume that you like, for whatever reason, you can just strike up a conversation with them. And everybody I talked to was friendly and easy to talk to. So I
It
think as
definitely
if you're a fan of comics, sci-fi, anime, cosplay, all that good stuff, you'll
and
find
burlesque.
yourself.
And
What did you
burlesque.
say?
I said and burlesque.
Yes. Oh, but less.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself a tribe of blurred kind. Thanks, Candace. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Right.